we certainly appreciate you coming out and supporting some very talented, energetic youth who this past summer really blew us away. My name is Dee Wells. On behalf of Future Focus Media and Youth Training Institute, I'd like to welcome you, but more importantly, to show you, some of the talent, that we have right here in our backyard, right here in the city of Worcester. Some youth who went through basically a 7-week program to learn, what it means to film, what it means to write a script, what it means to edit, and tell a compelling story. And I want to introduce Mr. Tyler Brown, who, come on up.
Cool.
Please give him a round of applause.
There was a lot going into this. It was a lot going into it. And even after the 7 weeks ended, it took like a few more weeks to really get it down and make sure that it looks good. I had assistance, of course, Dee and Matt always pointing me in the right direction to make sure it gets to that sweet spot so that it's a compelling story. Not only that we're trying to tell, but for the viewer to see so they leave away with something. And I guess something that I learned from working with the team and working with others is just how to allow that to build up. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes we try to force certain things, and it really kind of came like very natural when we just started spitballing the ideas and just as we went along and where it can go and what it came down to in the final product. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it. I'm hoping that you leave away with something just like I did when we were doing it. Before we came up with ideas, I didn't even know what the term that was used for, which was gentrification, but I didn't know what that term even meant. So I learned something right there, and I learned something at the end, and it's how to let a good story come together. So that's what I can say.
At the end of the day, Worcester is the heart of Massachusetts. So all this fake love, the new Worcester, this whole new wave that's coming in, like, that's not Worcester, that's not the Commonwealth. They just putting up a whole bunch of these buildings out here, like this the UnCommonWealth permit to build.
Ty, Sean, Look, I am a champion, study the ambience, big up the city I'm from. Bottom the barrel, been biting the bullet, you shit, and they pull up on you like they son. Not from the front, tell your cameras only option ball and chapter McCall.
Because every song that I write is real. So I connected it to my life and how, I came from a similar background, when you had to struggle growing up. So that's the first part of it. On the flip side, it's from the perspective of Worcester as a city, and it's speaking to the public. So it's talking about, listen, like, we're a big, small city. In low-income communities or communities that have been abandoned, a way to gentrify and push out the population there is by incorporating sports complexes and sports teams. So they're bringing in all these high market entities and buildings, so obviously taxes are going to go up. People are going to be like, oh, well, I want to venture here, now there's something else to do, but it's going to be at an expense for those that low income, those that can't afford to pay these increased wages. Wages are going to, there's going to be discrepancies between how much things cost and how much people are actually making here. Yeah. So it's going to force a lot of people to have to look elsewhere.
And yeah, Bravo definitely is beautiful. It's beautiful. And it easily lends itself to the possibility of stacking not just your story, but many people in Worcester, back to back, with the technique and style that you guys all created. I would sit there for an hour easily, hour and a half, full-length documentary, learning about the heart of Worcester, the heart of the Commonwealth. So
he's 12 years old. He's 12 years old. We got to make sure you see it, but on your time working on the film, what was the experience like for you? What did you learn? What did you experience?
I learned that there's a lot of pieces that you have to gather in order to make the film. So you have to go over here and then over there, just bring it all together.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed coming every day, and he learned so much. And I think even though he was the youngest youth in the program, he really learned from the older youth. And so I appreciate you guys just being a mentor to him within the program and showing him what he can excel to be.
I can do anything. Like,
We did it, guys.
cool.